Hi everybody, welcome to another tutorial on LayR. In this video I'd like to introduce you to the Arpeggiator Sequencer in LayR. I'm going also to record an additional video where I will show you a more in-depth example on how to use the Arpeggiator Sequencer in LayR but in AUM. So let's start first of all with this video and to learn the basic on how the arpeggiator works. So you can find it here. You click on this symbol and here you enter the arpeggiator view. If you close that and you click also on the hold text, you practically go inside the arpeggiator sequencer, but you have the hold function enabled. We can stop the sequencer and arpeggiator. You can also start it. When you start it, you have it in latch mode or in hold mode. The differences are that when it is in latch mode, you can click different keys on the keyboard and they will stick to them until you remove the latch mode. When you are in hold, if you press two keys, it will hold them, but if you press again the other two keys, it will remove the previous two. So it will always remember the last position, even if it was multiple keys. Okay, so that is very much down to your preference. The Arpeggiator and Sequencer will listen to an input channel. In this case, it is set to 1. So if you click on it, you can set it to a different Midi channel as you prefer. The way it works, you have 2, 4, 6, 8 tracks here, okay, and then you have 4, 8, 12, 16 steps for each of the track. You can set each track to send note messages or events or control messages, which you can control from here. Inside each step, you can click to enter a step or click to remove it, like so. Okay, you have the selection of the channel at the bottom here. Then you have the selection of the mode for the arpeggiator, if it's going up, down, as the notes are played, or random. Then you have also the speed. You can set the speed that that particular track will play to. Here you have a legend which represents the type of event that you can include. So for example, if you click on the first step, first track, you can click on the note. It will represent with a red dot that you have inserted a note. It doesn't tell you which note will be played because that will be determined by what you press on the keyboard. You can set the velocity here for that particular note and you can set the length. For example, if I click plus, that length will change accordingly. So, and you can decide for that note on the next step to be repeated. So in that case, we repeat the previous note. Or you can set, for example, on step number 5 to repeat those previous 4 steps. So in that case, it will repeat the initial 4 steps continuously. You can also set to skip a particular note, like so. It will skip that note, so it will not play. Or you can set it to play a particular note that you played on the keyboard. In this case, it's called index. Here you can set the index, so that it will play the first note you played, or the second, the third, and the fourth, etc. And that becomes very useful when you actually play some chords. So let's put these to the test. So here is what we are going to do. We click on close. We go to the first instrument strip. We click on hold here. We set it to receive only for MIDI channel number 1. We load also a drum component, and let's choose that to be the 9090909. And let's click close. Let's go back to the arpeggiator. And let's set different notes, like so, okay. And let's click latch play and let's select C1. As you can hear, you hear the kicks from which comes from the instrument set on instrument strip receiving on MIDI channel number 1. Now, this is the equivalent also of, say, play an index note, the first one, the same here. Like so, and you will have the same effect. Of course, if I was playing 2 notes, it will play only the first one because I said to play the first one. Now, to make it more interesting, let's set the second track as notes. Let's set again an index of 1, that's fine, on bit number 5. And also, sorry, on step number 5, and also let's set that on step number 13. Okay, let's set this channel to play on channel number 2, like so. Let's go back to the mixer view and let's add another instrument strip. Let's set it to receive only from MIDI channel number 2, and let's load another MIDI, another drum component. So for example, this one, let's try. Let's go back to the Arpeggiator Sequencer. Let's click on Latch and let's play. Probably not what we wanted, so let's change that drum component to that one, for example, and let's try again. Okay, perfect. Let's enable the next track, and let's again select an index, and let's do something like so. And let's set these to channel number 3. Let's go back to the mixer view. Let's add another strip. So let's set these to receive on MIDI channel number 3, and let's load a different drum components. In this case, the closer hi-hat, this version. Let's go back to the arpeggiator and let's click on the keyboard. So as you can see, very simple to create a drum patterns. Now let me show you how you can use the repeat or the loop function. Okay, so let's concentrate on track number 1. As you can see, is repeated at every 4 bits. So let's go to bit number 5, and let's select to loop, and let's remove the other steps. Let's do the same here. And let's say loop from here, remove that step, and let's do the same here, loop, and remove the other steps. Now let's try. As you can see, when you reach this symbol, the previous steps are repeated. Now let me show you how speed works. Let's remove the step there, and let's set track number 3 to play a double the speed. It will have the same effect because it will play that at double the speed, so it's like playing 2 of these in 4 bits. Now you can extend the use to include other instrument strips which are not drum components but are, for example, normal instruments. And that is what we are going to do in the next tutorial, but this time using AUM. I hope you find these useful, and as always, see you next time. Bye.